Hey guys, H21 here, and yesterday, December 10th, was a very exciting day. Literally everything I care about, we got information on, from Star Wars to Marvel, and now Mass Effect. Strangely enough, a teaser trailer for the new Mass Effect game, not the remaster, but the one that's coming after, Mass Effect 4, dropped yesterday at the Game Awards. At this point in time, it looks like from what the teasers teasing at us, we are going to go back to the Milky Way, and that the story ending is canon. Okay, that last part was a stretch, but hear me out on that. If you think it could be control or synthesis, the mass relays should be fixed by then, since the Reapers, would have fixed it. Also, for synthesis, they would all be glowing. And if it was refused, the mass relays would still be there, since, the Reapers won. But honestly, it's pretty likely it's the destroy ending, since it would be difficult to, continue off the other ones, since in synthesis, the world would be perfect. What's the other one called again? Control, that would be an AI basically controlling, all the Reapers dictating how everything goes. And, refuse, well, that'd be an interesting one, but Destroy was honestly the most popular one, so it would make sense if they would, for them to make a game off that ending. Also, don't forget, there's a dead Reaper in the background of Liara. I'll put that up here. And in the same image, you can see Liara climbing a Reaper. So, and yeah, if it's the other endings, she wouldn't be climbing a Reaper. They'd all, the Reapers would still be alive, helping to rebuild the galaxy and all that stuff. Continuing on about Liara, people are now speculating. Well, not really speculating, but you can kind of tell that she looks older and have wrinkles, like for Nasari, when she was smiling. And for Nasari to have wrinkles, that would mean this game would honestly be, pretty far into the future, after Mass Effect 3, a few hundreds of years after, the ending of Mass Effect 3. Since Asari, the species, the Asari people can live for, almost up to 1,000 years. So, to be honest, I'm gonna wait on that one. I'm not completely sure, because, both sides are making, some really good arguments right now. For example, the people who think, this isn't, for example, for the people who think, this isn't Liara looking older, and that, the thing isn't, hundreds of years after the trilogy, what they're saying is that, because, they're in the Frostbite engine, new engines, all that stuff, new textures, all that stuff, it's gonna look different, either way. And also, the other thing that they're saying is that they showed us, the destroyed mass relays. So if it's a few hundreds of years, in the end of Mass Effect 3, we saw that they would eventually rebuild all of that stuff. So if it's hundreds of years later, it would all be rebuilt. Why would she be looking for, the N7 armor? Because, it would already be built. Like I said, they both have good arguments, but I'ma, let that play out. I'll wait for, bioware, to confirm that one for, before I believe which one myself. Now, if you notice in the last scene, I'll have a picture of it up here. It looks very similar to the one that BioWare showed off when they announced, or, well, admitted, since Trail of the Legendary Edition exists. It's basically similar to the one that they announced, they showed off when they announced the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, the remaster of the original trilogy. The only real thing that I'm noticing out of them that, that are comparable to both of them is that, well, the two ships, they're basically the same. And, in the trailer, it kind of shows that, Liara, to get to the planet that she's at, she's using that ship. And it's just, it's in, the art, and, they already have this chart up, they already know, what the ship looks like. That's, one of the first things they did. I'm thinking that this is, the new Normandy, the new Millennium Falcon, the ship that you're gonna be using when you're playing that game. It's not confirmed, but that's what I'm really thinking. Though, what we can confirm is that this game will be in the Milky Way and after Mass Effect 3. In the teaser, you can see destroyed relays, and that only happened after the ending of ME3. And even though I'm going to admit this, I haven't played Andromeda, I highly doubt that the mass relays if they are in Andromeda, are destroyed, and that there'd be a dead Reaper in Andromeda. Like, I never played it, so tell me down in the comments, do the Reapers even like go to Andromeda like every 50,000 years to go kill like the people who are living there, or no? Because I honestly don't know. Though, continuing on, it does seem like Liara, like I said in the beginning, will be looking for Sephiroth since she found that N7 armor in the teaser. And there's also a Krogan in the image that could be Rex or Grun, since Krogan can live about as long as an Asari. So, finally, just remember that this isn't the same bioware that made ME1, 2, or 3. A ton of people who made those games left, and don't overhype this game. Though, if you look at the patterns of why bioware, like they screwed up, messed up a game, like Anthem or Andromeda, it is usually down to bad leadership and them really rushing to get out, like rushing to get, like to meet the schedule of when a game is supposed to come out. If bioware has good leadership and they actually take their time, like, you know, delay it when they have to delay it, stuff like that, when making this game, it can turn out really great. But if they don't, well, this game could just become like another Anthem, or, well, Andromeda wasn't that bad, but like, you know, we expected better. So another Andromeda. But it seems like they know what. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. I almost forgot to say that don't expect it to, you know, come out anytime soon, since they just started development, and I'll show you the quote here. They said that they just started development, so, you know, it'll be a couple of years since, like, you know, well, not started development, they're in pre-development, so it'll be a couple of years until, like, you know, this game actually comes. But it seems like they know we think all of this stuff, like, you know, we don't fully trust them. So Mike Gamble, someone who works at bioware, you know, just a project director for, you know, some random Mass Effect game. Well, this one, I think he's director. I think he's the project director for this one. When I checked online, he tweeted some stuff out showing that some people who worked on the original trilogy are either coming back to make this game, or whoever are still at bioware are coming like together to make this game. bioware is still not the same bioware, don't get me wrong, but they are really trying, like, you know, to show us that they understand what we want out of this game, like, you know, reassuring us how this is probably based in the Milky Way, and maybe you might even be able to go to Andromeda. But talking about Andromeda now, one more tweet from Mike Gamble shows that it might also be a sequel to Andromeda, even though I'm not really sure how they do this. Maybe, like, you know, they make it, like, you know, 5 years after whatever happened in Andromeda, maybe something like that, like a few hundred years after ME3, and like 5 years after Andromeda. I'm personally really excited to see where the story is gonna go, like, you know, after ME3, after Mass Effect 3, and if they somehow do it, and if they somehow, like, you know, actually, like, you know, even though it's teasing, if they actually make it into a sequel to Andromeda. So what are you guys expecting from the this new Mass Effect game? Like, you know, the one that's coming out after the remaster, like a few years after the remaster. Leave your thoughts down below, and, like, you know, we can speculate pretty heavily on that. So please like and subscribe for more coverage on, like, the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, Mass Effect 4, or whatever they call it, since it's not called Mass Effect Will Continue. No, that's just a teaser. It's not called that. I don't believe it's called that. That would be really weird to name the game that. But yeah, please like and subscribe if you want to see, you know, coverage on all this stuff, some tech videos, maybe me showing off a few cool mods that the modders have made for the Mass Effect games, and gaming videos. And also remember to follow me on Twitter. I'll, you know, leave my thing right here, and it will be right here above, like on the screen, and it will be linked in the description, so please follow me there. Like, you know, I'll tweet some stuff about this, like, you know, when we gain information and all that stuff. So yeah, this is the end. So yeah, this is the end of this video, and yeah, that's the end.